bang now. Let's go. I'm pumped.
I'm pumped too, Riley Moss. Oh my God, such a great show coming your way today. We're in the Storms Bros Junk Removal Studios, and we're chomping at the bit. We are. Look, I am so excited, fellas. I'm Twitter pated. Oh my goodness gracious. A lot going on in today's show. Talking hockey, talking football, talking fighting. Oh my goodness gracious. Basketball. Oh, the Denver Nuggets have pooped themselves on the court, and it's not looking good. Very messy. Very messy. Guys, what's not messy is if you subscribe, interact with the show any way you can, whether that's leaving a comment, a like, anything, a review. It does help the show and helps push the show out there. Remember, today's show is brought to you by Roof Goat USA, as well as Storms Bros Junk Removal. But I think what we need to do right now is, with so much going on, so much to talk about, let's get into the sports section.
He's walked the hallowed grounds of Folsom Field, Coors Field, and Mile High Stadium.
He runs with the 50. He runs with the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes.
It's time for Sports with DeHuff.
Sports is presented to you by Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. Geno Smith was cut by the Las Vegas Raiders. Kind of shocking, but not really shocking. The Raiders, they don't really have a quarterback, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do with free agency, or are they going to do something in the draft? I don't know. We'll get into that a little bit in about a minute. But also the big news over the weekend is that the Raiders traded Maxx Crosby to the Ravens, which what's funny is on March 5th, 2025, I got this from Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter here. Breaking news. Sounds just like him. In my mind, it does. On March 5th of 2025, the Raiders signed Maxx Crosby to a 3-year, $106.5 million deal. And then on March 6th of 2026, the Raiders agreed to trade Maxx Crosby to the Ravens in exchange for 2 first-round picks. A first-round pick in this draft and in next year's draft. Fucking Raiders. So real quick, looking at the Raiders draft, in the first round, they have the number 1 overall pick and the number 14 overall pick. That people think that they're going to go with the QB from Indiana, Fernando Mendoza. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. That seems like a logical idea. The good thing for the Raiders, and if you're a Raiders fan, is you got Tom Brady in there who knows a thing or two about a good quarterback, in theory. We also had that at one point in Broncos country with John Elway, but he couldn't draft a good quarterback to save his life. So doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate, but we'll see what they decide to do. I feel like if that's the easy money bet, is that they would go with the Fernando Mendoza, but I don't know. Here's what's funny, though. Jay Glazer tweeted this out. He said, Sean Payton called me so fired up that the Raiders traded Maxx Crosby, and even just texted Max saying he's offering to pay a private plane one-way flight to Baltimore. Happy to see him get out of the division. Funny. But he also added, you're an inspiration to watch and compete against. Peyton has long raved about how Max never slows down during games. It's a big loss for the Raiders. Huge gain for everybody in the AFC West. That was like the one thing that the Raiders had going for them was Maxx Crosby. Really, to be honest. Now they got rid of him. He's a Raven. Great news if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan. You got to be excited about that. But the fact that the Raiders have 2 first-round picks. Now, here's the thing. The draft can be overrated. It can be a crapshoot. Just because you're a first-round pick. Paxton Lynch. Doesn't mean you're going to amount to shit. It doesn't. There's been plenty of guys that have been first round, number 1 overall, or close to it, quarterbacks or whatever, name the position, and they've just amounted to nothing. Mediocrity, or they just fell out. Okay, that stuff happens. So just because they have 2 first-round picks doesn't mean that all of a sudden the Raiders are back, baby. Everybody, y'all notice, Raiders, we got 2 first-round picks. They do have a lot of draft picks. They got a lot to work with. We'll see what they do. But it doesn't automatically translate to wins. But in all honesty, if the Raiders are competitive, it makes the AFC West games a lot more interesting. It does. Speaking of the NFL and the AFC West, this is courtesy of Jesse Palmer. The Broncos are bringing back this is a direct tweet from him, bringing back a key member of their defense. Justin Strnad, the linebacker, is returning to the Broncos on a 3-year deal worth $18 million with $10 million guaranteed. 5.1 is guaranteed at signing per sources. He adds on a smart player that had options elsewhere. And this also means that they're paying him. They're probably not going to bring back one nut Alex Singleton. And I say that, but that was his nickname. So fuck off. Don't get. Oh, it's DeHuff. He had one of his balls removed. That ain't cool. Well, that was his nickname, One Nut. Okay, and apparently he had that nickname from college or high school, something like that, which is weird. It's weird that he ended up losing one. Bizarre. But I think that's a good signing by the Broncos, getting Justin Strnad locked in. Great player. Very productive on the field. And obviously, as the door opens up on free agency, you're going to see a whole bunch of signings, a lot of movement. So stay tuned to this show as well as Mile High Sports. Check them out at Mile High Sports on social media. Cody Rourke of Mile High Sports is all over the Broncos stuff. Anything breaking, he's the guy to follow. Real quick, when it comes to roof repairs, you're going to want to go with the best. You're going to want to go with the GOAT. Who's the GOAT? It's Roof Goat USA. They've been in business for over 24 years. Bill and his crews are just rocking it out, whether it's here in Colorado or even out in Michigan. They are dominating. Why? Because they're the GOAT, and they do things the right way. Whether it's repair, replacement, insurance claims, they can handle it all. And whether it's a commercial building, maybe you have just a residential that needs a roof repair. It doesn't matter. They can handle it all. Maybe it's a metal roof. Maybe it's just shingles. Again, they can handle it all. And while they're doing all that work, they can repair your gutters, replace your gutters while they're at it too. Roof Goat USA guarantees their work. They put a 30-year coverage on their work, on their materials and labor from date of install. That's 30 years on all materials and labor for 30 years after date of install. That's pretty freaking cool. That's the Roof Goat way. And for all your roofing needs, you got to contact the GOAT. Go ahead. Go to roofgoatusa.com. Again, roofgoatusa.com. Experience a Roof Goat USA difference today. So I've told you this before. I cut up audio for Mile High Sports, and I'm cutting up the Nuggets sound the other day from when they got smashed by the New York Knicks at home. Ugh. They got throttled. It was like 30-some point loss, some shit like that. Very fucking embarrassing. So I'm going to cut up the press conference from David Adelman in the very first. This hardly ever happens where just money on the very first thing that pops out of their mouth. Here's David Adelman. He's not very happy.
Yeah, that's not why we got our ass kicked. It was just because guys just let go of it. Like, they didn't compete. Damn! If you're not going to compete, bad things are going to happen.
It's science.
Jamal going out, the foul trouble. I was pulling people in and out. We never found a rhythm.
It looks like a pile of dead fish.
So all the things that you do, play hard things to stay in games like this, wasn't good enough. And obviously that's what leads to something like this where a team just blows you out.
I am so disappointed in you.
So give them credit. They played well, and we sucked.
Suck.
They didn't use my version. They used a different version. I added in those clips on my version. If you go to DeHuff Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Anyway, yeah, the Nuggets. I should have said this. He starts off responding to what was the psychological blow of losing Jamal Murray due to injury, which looks like last I checked, he should be back. It's not a season-ending injury as of right now, but it looks like it's a sprain. I don't know the severity of it, but that's good news. But that's why he responded that way. And the Nuggets, they just got hammered. This is not the Nuggets' year, okay? I know a lot of people are like, well, maybe they can pull things. I don't know. No. I would say put your money on the Nuggets. They might get to the playoffs now. I know, Jesus Christ, they might get to the playoffs because they're slowly eroding. And part of that is the injury bug. You have to put that in the equation. I've said this a bunch of times. They don't want to say it's because of injuries. You can't use that as an excuse. It is an excuse, coach and everybody else. You're not 100%. That's why you guys are having a disappointing season, even though they're playing, overall good. It's not Nuggets basketball, and there's a chance that they could just, I said they're eroding. They could just have a massive crumble and just. That's kind of what I'm foreseeing is that if they get into the playoffs, they might be a very, very low seed if they make it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to jerk them off because, I live in Colorado. You're not a true Nuggets fan, are you, DeHuff? No, I'm looking at things in reality, guys. They're terrible. If they make it to the playoffs, do you think the way they're playing now that they're going to advance beyond their first round? I don't see that happening. It's possible. Yes, it is. But I'm bracing for impact that they're going to suck it up if they make it. I'm being a dick, and I'm saying that they're just going to fall off the cliff. The more I think about it, they'll make the playoffs. Yes, okay. I'm talking out of my ass. I am. They'll make the playoffs, but they're not going to do shit in the playoffs. I have no faith in them. Okay? You might. That's fine. You also might smoke crack. I don't know. I'm looking at it from a realistic perspective. They might make the playoffs. They probably will, but they're not going to do shit in them. I don't believe in them, especially if they're banged up still. Especially if Jamal Murray is not going to be 100%. That dude was on fire for a while, and then that shit happens. It's like, fuck, man. Fuck. Who pissed off the basketball gods? Because the Nuggets, they're not on the good side of the basketball gods. They are not. And David Adelman, good for you for calling it out. You'd be like, we sucked. Okay? Hopefully that resonates with the players and they're like, fuck, this is embarrassing. Let's go out there and do better. Okay? If they get a fire lit under their ass, sure, maybe they can pull things together. But I'm not seeing it right now. I'm not. There's too many. They're such a teeter-totter of a team right now. They'll go out there, they'll blow the doors off somebody, and then next thing you know, they get their teeth kicked in by the Knicks. Now, that being said, the Knicks are a good team. But you got to be able to handle your business against a good team. It's really fucking embarrassing right now for the Nuggets. And hopefully the shit that just spewed out of my mouth, hopefully I choke on those words in just a little bit and they come out, guns a-blazing, and they start fucking people up. I hope I'm wrong. I just don't see it happening. Logan Paul, who's a not UFC, he's WWE wrestler, influencer, and boxer, kinda, has been talking shit, put up a $1 million prize to fight any NFL player because he thinks that he can kick anybody's ass that's a professional football player. And he said nobody's willing to put up $1 million in escrow and be flown out here to Puerto Rico, all expenses paid. And box with 3 professional judges. Basically, what he's saying is he wants to fight somebody, but nobody's willing to do it. And then he's like, I'll pay for shit. I'll pay for you guys to get out here. Le'Veon Bell said he'll do it. And then I don't know if I am saying his name right. Braden Fiocco, big motherfucker, said, you put up a challenge. Now you're moving the goalposts. He said, I'll whoop your ass in a church parking lot. I don't even want your money. No more stop, duck, and smoke. I'll fly out on my own dime and fight you or your clown-ass brother. Let's see how strong that jaw is. Ooh, shit, bitch. Shit, bitch. And then Logan responded, and it sounds like that Logan has, brain damage because he's like, why are you trying to back out? Or some shit like that. It's like, shut the fuck up. Then this is Logan Paul. This is what he says on a podcast.
What's up, Chris?
It's a big-time call. Stop.
Allegedly
Why?
getting a call
Can I ask
from
why?
WWE.
Well, I mean, one, we don't want you to get injured.
Bro, I'm not going to get injured. These guys can't box.
I know, but it's just unnecessary risk. Like, you don't know if you slip, you fall. I mean, you don't want to risk any
No, Chris.
I get it. I know you're not. We appreciate all the hype, right? Like, we get you're doing your thing. That's great. But, like, you can't have you box. You're full-time WWE.
So he's mad, walks away. The WWE is like, no, you can't do this. You're going to get hurt, and blah, 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 blah. Logan's like, oh, gosh, so much hype. They're the hype brothers. That's what they do. Jesus, come on. That's a normal company response anyway. Come on. He had to have known that the WWE would say, no, you can't fight. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. It's so annoying, but so brilliant at the same time. Congratulations to Logan Paul and Jake Paul, because you guys are the kings at stirring the pot and everybody buying into the bullshit that you're spewing out. They're so good at keeping their names out there. And, so fucking funny. He's not going to fight an NFL player. And if for some reason they got the green lit, Logan Paul probably would beat the shit out of a professional football player, because that's not what they train for. They train for, essentially grappling if you're a lineman, or running and shit like that. You're not working on your boxing form and your stamina in a ring. It's a completely different workout. Whereas Logan Paul, that's what he does on a somewhat regular basis. So yeah, brilliant marketing. Good for those guys. Did they go to college for marketing? Because they're fucking brilliant. They could be professors. They could. Hello, I'm Logan Paul, and welcome to my class. And people would be chomping at the bit to get in that class because they know what the fuck they're doing. Hey, speaking of people that know what they're doing, Storms Bros Junk Removal. Go ahead, put your junk in their trunk, okay? If you own a home, garage, maybe your office or yard is looking like a disaster, it doesn't matter. Contact Storms Bros Junk Removal right now. They can help clear the mess. Trust me, messes build up so quickly around your home or even your office or construction sites. These guys can handle it all. Storm Bros Junk Removal can help get rid of all kinds of things, whether it's couches, sofas, futons, mattresses, box springs, appliances, electronics, wood, drywall, construction materials, yard waste, all that stuff, and more. They can do it all. Go to stormsbrothersjunk.com right now and get a free quote. That's stormsbrothersjunk.com. You can even give them a call, 303-736-9404. Again, 303-736-9404. Storms Brothers. Jeez, I just spit everywhere. Sorry. Storms Bros Junk Removal. Put your junk in our trunk. You spit everywhere when you were talking about putting junk in somebody's trunk. Classic Scotty. Shut up. You are what we call a butthole. You are, my friend, you are. Hey, guys, let's do this. Let's jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
This comes in from Shane. He says the return of Kadri to the Avs has to be the final piece to seal the path to the cup. Agree? Yeah, I feel like it. I was watching the game, and and they went to overtime. I'm recording this on Sunday. Let me look real quick, see what the final score was, because I know they're playing the Wild. They tied it up late to go into overtime. Oh, come on now. What's going on? Maybe the game's not over yet. But yeah, I know he had an assist to Nathan McKinnon. And the Avs, man, they're organizing everything, getting ready to go, and making that push for the cup. I have more faith in the Avs, obviously, than the Denver Nuggets. That's a no-brainer. That's a kind of a dumb fucking comment in a sense. But that's the deal with the Nuggets are terrible in. I say terrible, but they're not that bad. Not that bad. But I just don't believe in the Nuggets as much as I believe in the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche, man, they are firing on all cylinders, it seems. They are a team that puts fear in the hearts of their opponent. God damn it. I'm really wanting to see this pop up, but I do not see if they won yet or not. It doesn't matter. The point is, Kadri is a huge piece. And to everybody that was at Ball Arena for that game, kudos to you, because I saw the highlight of when they announced him and he came out onto the ice and you guys all were giving him a standing ovation. That's got to make a dude feel good. So good for him. Bad news is Kadri, Jesus Christ. Gabriel Landeskog, Avalanche captain, is week to week after taking a shot to the midsection, it looks like. And Mike Evans allegedly said this.
Gabe Landeskog has been a massive underachieving disappointment this year.
He didn't say that, not for this. But, yeah, not good news. Not good news. I tweeted at the fan this morning when I saw that he wasn't going to skate today against the Wild. I was like, are people starting to blame Mike Evans for this? Probably. It's not Mike's fault, but geez, man, it's just bad timing. Bad timing. I'm sure he'll be fine. You know, they don't get specific in hockey when somebody gets hurt, but yeah, I mean, when you take a shot to the midsection, that's not good. That could be a lot of different things. Devin wrote in, congratulations to Paxton the Pirate, Paxton Lynch, on his arena football debut. He led to the Colorado Spartans to a 56-45 loss to the Pueblo Punishers. He did. It's not his fault. God. They scored 45 points. That's pretty good. Although I'm watching the highlights of the arena, it's just a lot of lobs. That's what it is. I didn't watch the whole game, let's be honest. But I didn't see any laser throws in there. You know, but whatever. Oh, looks like we got Paxton the Pirate. Paxton, how's it going? How was your experience in the Arena Football League? Here I be Paxton Lynch, and I be slinging the football against the mighty Punishers of Pueblo. Arr. And we fought with the passion of the gods, we did. But the execution of my shift manager, Todd, from Long John Silver's, I be Paxton Lynch. All right. Are you concerned that people might judge you, Paxton, for being a former first rounder in the NFL, making millions of dollars, and now you're slinging the ball in the Arena Football League? Yar, I be more worried that Todd from the night shift doesn't mop the floor with the intensity of Poseidon as he tames a mighty great white. Yar, I be Paxton Lynch. All right. Apparently you got some beef with Todd. The fuck, man? Listen, I'll say this. Good for Paxton Lynch. He has skills to play football, and he's not giving up. If he has to go to one league to another league to follow his dream and continue to play, good for him. Good for him. And obviously, the reason I call him, if you don't know, Google him. He looks like, what is it, Bucky the Pirate from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers old school logo. He looks almost identical. It's like they sat Paxton Lynch down because they traveled in a time machine. And they're like, that guy looks like a fucking pirate. And they went back in time to when that used to be the Buccaneers logo. And they're like, let me paint you like one of your French girls or this Paxton fella. Because he looks just like a fucking pirate. It's wild. Anyway, good for him, though. Good for Paxton. Continuing to chug along. I mean, it's interesting to me, like, what else is he going to do? Coach? Maybe. But if you don't have that ability yet, he might. Here's the thing with Paxton. He might do this for a couple of years with the Colorado Spartans, and hopefully he finds some success with that. But eventually, you know what? That might be what he ends up doing, is coaching. And now that he's played in multiple leagues, he's got a lot of experience, a lot of unique experience. So it's kind of, he's establishing a quite unique resume. So good for him. He's out there grinding. Good for him. And apparently, allegedly, still working at Long John Silver's. Hasn't quite got the offer to be called up to the big leagues in Red Lobster yet. Not yet. That's a dream of his. Yar, that be a dream of mine. Yar, I be Paxton. And one day I hope to be slinging those garlic buttered rolls at Red Lobster. Yar, I be Paxton Lynch, and I do have dreams, you know. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. That's it for sports from the Storms Bros Junk Removal Studios. Thanks for listening and watching and supporting the show. Big thanks to Roof Goat USA. Again, go check them out at roofgoatusa.com. Have an amazing day. Let's keep moving forward. I'll talk to you next time.